ideology or religion, or in some cases, all three. The one thing they all have in common is that each side wants its own way and is willing to fight and even die to get it, though doing so brings misery to hundreds of millions of civilians, including children. Human nature causes these wars, as do elements of that nature that can be found in America's political conflicts. While not armed conflicts yet, they consist of envy of what others have, greed for wanting what they have, and a sense of entitlement, indicating we should be given what they have. If you understand this pattern, and you have to look no further than yourself to understand it, because we all possess the potential to behave like those we condemn, given the right circumstances, you will have the key to understanding why empires rise and why some of the same qualities in human beings that cause them to rise have led to their demise. In this book, I will explore the causes of the decline and fall of great empires and nation-states of the past and examine what we can learn that might ward off a similar fate for the United States. There is no guarantee that the U.S. is any different from any other empire or great nation of the past, but one thing is certain. If we do not cease behaving as citizens in those other empires behaved, our country will suffer the same fate they suffered. We can blame all sorts of causes and forces that are diminishing the greatness of America, but until we look inside our own hearts, the decline will continue until we finally reach our expiration date. I am a journalist, not a historian or a preacher-theologian. In the past, and even more recently, many have warned of decline when certain moral and economic laws are violated. Many learned men and women have written scholarly and popular works about some of the subjects mentioned in this book. I do not pretend to be their equal. As a journalist, I observe what I see happening, try to make sense of it by arriving at conclusions based on what I see, and in this case, offer some practical suggestions for how each of us can do our part in halting the decline I will describe. I believe we can bequeath to our descendants a nation resembling the one that was handed to us by our forebears. But for that to happen, we must humbly and honestly address the moral decay that plagues us. And we must begin today if we want to celebrate a birthday rather than grieve a funeral on July 4th, 2026. Introduction. If the end were near, what would you do? How would your life change if you knew the exact date of the end of the world, and that date was only a few years away? Just for fun, let's say you have received advance knowledge from a reliable source that on July 4th, 2026, the world will end. Jesus will return on that date, the dead will be raised, and he will take those who have believed he is the Son of God into their eternal reward. Stay with me. I'm not an end-times alarmist. I'm not peddling a particular millennialist view found through careful study of the book of Revelation. I'm a journalist, not a theologian. So please humor me and use your imagination. Pretend you're a character in a science fiction novel. That giant asteroid we've all seen in the movies is on its way. Efforts to nuke it off course have failed, and it's too late to try to ship us all off to colonies built on far-flung planets. The only help we've gotten from technology is the exact moment the world will go up in flames, vaporizing everything and everyone. You may or may not have grown up in church, but you've heard the phrase "end of the world" through either sermons, sitcoms, or science fiction. The War of the Worlds was a famous radio drama in 1938. Some people listening to the broadcast narrated by Orson Welles on CBS believed it was fact. Many rushed out of their homes and into the streets, fearing Armageddon had arrived. There was a time when church folk took seriously warnings about the end times. In the 1980s,